Hey everyone, what's going on? My name is Dex, and today I want to talk about possibly the most frustrating thing in all of Deadlock, and that's losing an early lane. And I'm going to save you guys the trouble, and I'm just going to spoil this really quickly. Sometimes there's just nothing you can do about your lane, and you need to change your mentality and accept that. Accept that you're just going to get your ass handed to you, that you're going to get stomped on, that you're just going to get continually bombed on and pushed into the wall, slapped up every single time. But what you can do is try to stop the bleed, mitigate some of the damage, and try to maximize your souls while minimizing your enemy's souls, your enemy's gain from the lane. Now, the first thing I want to talk about is the most recent patch. With the most recent patch, you can no longer just zip on back if you're getting dunked on. Okay, you got to wait the entire cooldown for the zipline, whatever it is, 300 seconds before you can go back. This makes certain items, in my opinion, absolutely necessary. And I'm going to go over some of the items right now. First item that you're going to need, in my opinion, is Healing Right. Just for the sheer fact that you can tell who has it and who doesn't have it, right? If you see your enemy just magically go up when they were half health, they have Healing Right. Okay, so you're going to want to make sure to look out and shoot them to interrupt that if you can. The second thing you're going to want to get is probably something like extra regen. The theme here is vitality. You want to go for vitality items if you can. Before you could kind of get away with not rushing these, but now if you're not winning lane, if it's sort of even, it's kind of always a safe and good idea. It's not wrong to go with Healing Right at least, but I like to actually put these two together, Healing Right and extra regen. Now, if you want, just to be safe, you can even go Healing Right, extra regen, melee lifesteal. That's something I love to do just in case. While you are trying to increase your vitality, make sure not to forget your damage items, of course. Right now, it's currently really good to rock melee lifesteal with Spirit Strike. They're really, really powerful. This is, of course, subject to change, though. So I generally recommend trying to stay within maybe 1 or 2 healing items. You don't want to overdo it. And then you start losing lane because you're not able to kill things fast enough. You're not able to do any damage in response. Monster rounds would also be a great option if you want to try to procure as many souls as possible if you are losing lane. The key thing to keep in mind here is survivability and trying to increase the amount of souls that you're getting without putting yourself in too much danger. And of course, along with that goes, you want to make sure that the troopers with the flags, you're destroying those for your enemy, okay? And also try to keep yours alive if you can too. Don't jump right in front of it, of course. It's not worth it, but you want to try to get as much healing as you can as possible. The second thing I want to mention is know your enemy. And this is why I'm going to include a link to Average Jonas's video. Go check that video out and understand who are your biggest obstacles and understand what their weaknesses are, because you might be able to stop whatever it is that they're trying to do to you. It is expensive and it could be risky because you might not have the funds, you might not have the souls that you need. But let's say you're fighting a Bebop that is just bombing you and bombing you and bombing you and bombing you and bombing, and you're losing your mind here. You could try to go for something like Return Fire. Later on, you might want to go debuff remover when you're out of lane or whatever, because getting 3,000 it's doable. But sometimes if you're getting destroyed, you might not make it and you want to account for other things, maybe sprint boots, whatever. You're going to want to go and rush these if you are really getting destroyed by hook and bomb. Return Fire is also really strong right now. You could even do like something like Healbane if you're fighting a Geist, right? And Geist is just doing the suck. You might want to use Healbane. That's a 1250 item if you can afford it. Now, I have to repeat that the likelihood of being able to actually get something like Return Fire or Debuff Reducer or maybe Bullet or Spirit Armor for that extra added padding is unlikely unless it's a very long laning stage, because if you are losing lane, it's going to be hard to have a high amount of souls. But let's say you're having an extremely long laning phase and for whatever reason your teammates don't want to come and help you out and you haven't switched yet, maybe they go and run an urn, you might have a burst in souls. In that case, then you can get something that is going to directly counter that person. So keep in mind what it is that they're building when you're fighting them, looking over their name in the top right, and see if you can find a way to counter. So make sure to check out that video. This doesn't happen very often, but it has happened. I've seen people do it, and it has been effective, and it might be an option for you. Now, key thing to keep in mind, this is the next point, is if you're losing your lane, right, you've died twice, and you can tell that there's a diff, there are some characters that are just better than other characters. That's usually the case in a lot of competitive games, especially in this case with this game that is still in like whatever it is, early alpha, early beta, it's in early development. They haven't worked all the kinks out yet, and they might not ever work out all the kinks. Some of them might be there for good. Some characters are just going to be better at certain things. So at this point, if you're getting dominated on, the number one thing you have to do is don't feed. If you're up here and you're wondering, let's say you're in their shit, right? You're trying to put pressure. Don't poke the bear if you know the bear is going to destroy you, right? It's going to eat your leg. Back up. Take a second and change your mindset to, okay, I know I'm not going to win this lane, but I'm also not going to let my enemy get all of the souls that they want. I'm not going to just let them walk all over me. So you're going to sit back, take some safe shots, peek a little bit, and try to get as many souls as you can. That involves going to nearby camps that you can, staying safe, and trying to deny whenever you can, trying to take away whatever they're trying to get. Of course, that means keeping track of your guardian and making sure that your guardian, you're sort of balancing its health with your protection. Now, if they come into your space, then that's when you have to be like, no, get out of here. You know, you don't just let somebody walk into your house with dirty shoes. You punch them in the face and you say, get out of here. No, I'm just kidding. Don't punch them in the face, except in this game. Punch them in the face. Don't let them do whatever it is that they want. Make them respect your space. In other games that are competitive, where you have the same kit, but you don't have like the soul economy, you don't have to worry about that. If there's no skill diff, or even if there's a slight one, you can sort of just put a lot of pressure and chow whenever you want. In this game, 2,000 souls is 2,000 souls. So you have to be able to recognize when it is you can win and when you can't win. And that leaves us to the nuclear scenario. This is possibly one of the most important decisions that you can make in early lane, is figuring out when exactly, looking at the health of your guardian, figuring out when exactly you can or you can't win. So if you hold out long enough, don't expect somebody to come and save you, even though it is a team game. Sometimes you can communicate, ask to switch lanes. If you guys are both in spawn together, switch lanes with your teammate, or maybe you could have a friend come over and gank, or like a teammate come over and gank, whatever. But don't expect that. You have to be able to assess, can I win this? Is there any way for me to win this? And if you can't, you have to make the hard and tough decision to go to another lane. Switch lanes. Leave, because it is better to not die and have the advantage in another lane than it is to just die, waste time, and then they just roll you. The other lanes are struggling maybe too, and you're not helping them. You're just being a detriment to your team. Because if you leave lane and you go to another lane and you 3v2 or 2v1, whatever it is, those are some good odds, okay? Those are some good odds for you. And you want to try to get the advantage whenever you can. And the best case, what you want out of that is you guys trade. Whoever's in your lane takes your guardian, and then you take their guardian right back. To summarize, you want to take healing items. You want to know your enemy, know what counters them as best as you can, at least the ones that you have the most trouble with. You want to make sure you kill any sort of healing that they have, maximize your soul efficiency, get as many denies as you can, make sure they don't come into your space. Don't let them just walk into your shit if you can avoid it. And yeah, know when to leave your lane, and don't feed. Try to take advantage of the fact that you made the decision early and got ahead of it. Okay, what kind of a video would it be if I didn't show any proof of concept? This is me playing Wraith, experimenting a little bit. I just recently changed my sense. There's going to be a lot of shitty misses, okay? And I had a problem on my desk. There's a lot of problems that were happening. I just want to show you really quickly what something like this would look like when I'm getting my ass handed to me by a Grey Talon, believe it or not. Let's speed this up because... Okay, here we're fighting. Just doing typical bullshit, you know. Loading up. This is a very long lane here. Look at Grey Talon. Grey Talon is taking his time. Staying back. As you can see, I'm trying to stay pretty safe, trying to stay middle. I know Great Talon has that charge. Reloading. Getting on top. Missing like crazy. Just changed the sense. Don't judge me here. If you want, fuck it. Who cares? It is what it is. I was fixing my chair at that moment, and I think he wrecks me, destroys me. I'm pretty sure, yeah, I mentioned it. Because I have a standing desk, and it was not at the right height, and my chair was not where it needs to be. Anyway, so I'm getting dominated here. I see I'm just taking a lot of damage, playing pretty recklessly. I get healing right first off. So let me just make that clear. I get healing right in the very beginning. Okay, because I know I'm taking damage there. Now I'm like, okay, I gotta stay back a little bit here. Trying to get them low, peek him a little bit, trying to take middle. Trying not to get too crazy, but I notice, okay, I can get a card here. I only died once. And trying to get little shots. Not really great with the card. Great Talon doing the right thing, staying back. Taking middle when he can. So we're playing this peek back and forth, right? Let's take a second to look at this. High velocity mag, he has an extra spirit. Okay, so he's going to be doing some damage there. And I'm going for melee lifesteal and healing right. Because I'm at this point, I'm like, okay, there is a difference here. We have a difference in our soul economy. I'm down 0.6. And I just want a little bit of damage for melee, have a little bit of bonus health. Because I know... Ugh, why does this happen? It's a problem with the player. It does this all the time. Okay, so... Waiting for my guys to sort of be up there, be up close and personal. Get a card off. Doesn't do much because, I mean, Spirit on Great Talon, so. So, I'm going to point out a huge mistake there. I'm not confirming anything there. That was a huge problem. I'm kind of just letting him get away with this. This is not what you want to do. Okay? Every time I pause. I'm speeding it up because this is a rather long laning phase. Okay. Got my get out of jail free card. Probably should have chosen the 2 earlier instead of having the full auto first. Okay, I'm like, I kind of want to do some burst damage here. I'm experimenting with a build. I'm not using my usual build, so... Great Talon. Kind of hard to dodge that unless you wait to the exact last second. As you see, I'm trying to back up here. We're trying to stay farther back. For some reason, I think I'm feeling confident here because I wanted to upgrade and get the extra charge. And I knew I was kind of full health there. Close to it, at least. What's Great Talon up to? Great Talon is chilling in the back. Finding a better angle trap. Hiding here. Try not to peek too much. I get caught in that even though I know, and like a dumbass, I die. So at this point, this is a winnable lane, and Great, you can normally win. This isn't like super oppressive, but sometimes Great Talon can be a pain in the butt. I should really be going for melees more often here. I'm like, okay, well, Wraith to me is a lot better mid game to late. I don't like her early game. So he's doing damage. I'm like, okay, let's stay back. I'm not gonna, I decided, okay, I'm not gonna push this anymore. I'm gonna try to figure out a way to just maximize my soul gain while minimizing his. Okay. Now, in retrospect, I shouldn't be doing this whole camp, but I wanted to clear it so it could come back faster. But they were already pushing up here. I could have been denying and putting a little bit more pressure. Try to get away. Got hit in the back. Trying to stay safe here. He's pushing. I'm keeping track of the Guardian right here. Keeping track. Now just making sure that we're not losing out. I have healing right. I want to still put pressure on, so I go on the top. I don't want to get hit, though, because then that takes out your healing right, but I do get hit anyway, unless you're going against just troopers. If you're going against enemies or the objective, it won't... it will give out. If it's just like troopers, it's not a big deal. So again, we're staying back, kind of peeking. Now I'm like, okay. So now we're at a difference of 1. Okay, this is doable. Okay. Ugh, hold on. Sorry about this. All right, so we're at a difference of 1 here. Okay, and at this point, we're looking at Infuser. So I can get the Spirit Lifesteal. We need the Spirit Power. I'm going with extra Spirit. I'm kind of sort of building towards card. I don't really build card Wraith or anything like that. Like, I'm not the best at Wraith, but I'm learning. We're learning here. It's all about learning. And I'm just trying to figure out, okay, like how do I deal with this? All right, so I'm at 850. This is a little cheeky here. But I'm trying to put a little tiny bit of pressure. He's hitting me instantly. I'm like, I'm out. We're gone. If I didn't have card, I wouldn't even be there in the first place. And this is where I start picking up Swift Striker, basic magazine, getting more damage here. Breaking boxes. So the theme here, I want you to take notice, is that what I'm trying to do is, because now we have all these camps showing up, I'm trying to make sure, okay, I'm trying to make sure I'm getting value instead of pushing up and trying to kill him, because at this point, I'm 0-2, right? And that means that he's had more time to just be up. And we have a 7K, still a 1K difference. Every time you pause, this happens. I'm going to try not to pause this time because it keeps doing that. Okay. Staying back a little bit. Like, get out of my house. Pushed up a little too far there. Didn't need to do that. Because look, I got hit in the back there. Okay, 7K. Now we're hitting even. We're both even here. I'm feeling a little bit more confident because I know that there's not much of a difference anymore. But look, it's already 13-10. It's really deep. Try to hit him. Got my ult too. Retrospect should probably get my ult a little bit earlier from now on, but dodge that. Now we're both at 8K. Deny. So that's what you want to do, is be denying, securing, denying, securing. Boom, I have active reload. That's just going to give me more bullet uptime. Or attack, whatever. Higher DPS overall. Okay. So see, now I'm kind of... Now we're getting advantage here. We're keeping steady here. Boom. I realize... Wait a second, let me go attack. I can finish him. Finish him. And now I'm above him in terms of soul economy. And that's how you win the lane. That is how you win that scenario. I was losing pretty bad early on. I took what I knew and I said, okay, well, I'm just going to try to stop what he's doing. And we were able to take the lane. Now, if you notice, I didn't ask anybody for help. But a lot of times they were probably doing their own things, trying to figure other stuff out. But nobody came to help me in that scenario. Now, normally people will come and help you out, you know, try to help you take Guardian, at least try to make sure that your Guardian is not taken. But that doesn't mean you can expect that. And I hope you guys got a good amount out of this. I appreciate everybody for watching. And you know, if you see anything that's wrong, I'm learning too. This is about learning. This is about, you know, coming together, sharing knowledge, and doing our best to be good at this game. And I hope that some of these tips have helped you, and I hope you can get some value out of this gameplay. So let me know down in the comments, who is the worst person to go against in lane? And if you are struggling in lane, what do you take? Do you take X thing? Do you take Y thing? And if so, why do you take it? Anyway, that's all for today. I'll see y'all in lane. Peace and GG's.